All right then. Good morning, everybody. There's Sunuka first. Well done. Hang on, is my head at the top of the screen slightly? Is that going to happen all the time? Have I got cropping turned on? This could be a bit of a bad. Oh yeah, I do. This could be a bit of a bad start to this. If I had to turn the camera off and on to try and sort that, but no, we're here. I'll worry about placement of me later. Excuse me. Not the most. I don't know why I've got a croaky throat this morning. It's literally only just come on. Although, to be honest, talking to you is the very, very first time I've. Well, no, did I say? I think I said good morning to my cats today. So, Gavin Rowland's here. Well, I got to say, big guy, well done for turning up. If I'd have come on today. And then you'd send a message going, "Oh, I'm still too tired after Friday's half marathon." I would have given you loads of abuse. I did do a 22-minute kind of like a wind down row yesterday. This is all as part because that half marathon was the 10th workout of the 12 rows of Christmas, which should pop up. Does that mean it'll pop up today, or did it pop up yesterday? Oh, it popped up yesterday, didn't it? Is the 10th row of Christmas. And so the 11th row of Christmas was 11s to recover, which pops up today. And it's basically just 2 11-minute intervals at low intensity in order to kind of let your body just kind of like recover a little bit without too much effort. But it was a bit, I kind of clambered on and was like, whoo, this is interesting. As it is today, I'm going to go like, my intention is to do today at like low 15 strokes a minute, just because I've not had a day off when's the last time I had a rest day? I think it's been about 4 weeks because of like the 5K everyday thing, and then the Saturdays I'm making the group rows with my row, or I have been. I didn't yesterday. I've not actually had a rest day for ages, so today I'm going to take it really easy. I nearly rode yesterday, but decided I'd do this instead. I was too tired and a bit sore, which is probably more sense. I think if you're I figure that I'm time-wise in terms of like time in the saddle, that my body's accomplished enough to be able to get through a half marathon. But if you saw like the wriggling and squiggling that I went through after the row, and then I was messaging Gavin and saying that I actually had one of those little massage guns on my backside, just to try and ease it off. And after talking about Ana de Armas during the row, I thought, oh, you know what? I want to watch Ballerina. So I put that on. So I was standing up in front of the TV, watching like this beautiful woman on screen who Julie knows I've got a soft spot for, with what amounts to a vibrator on my backside. And she just came in and gave me a strange look and walked out again. No wonder. Right, who else is here? So John Edge is here. Well done. Hey, John, how you doing this morning? Oh, it's cold, isn't it? But did you see the moon before? I mean, obviously everyone can see the moon, but it's because he's close to me. Gorgeous, vivid, like complete, like eye-burning brightness from the moon today. What do you say? Morning, everybody. It's freezing here. Looking forward to this road to help warm up. I am actually, at this stage, I'm intending to stay in my joggies and my hoodie for the row because it's so cold. You can see my little R2-D2 heater. It's just so close, just blasting. Well, I'm going to say blasting, but it's trying. It's basically, it's an arm's length away, and by the time the heat from the heater gets to my body, it's actually cooled down because of how cold the air is around me. Exciting stuff. Thermal dynamics. Sunuka is asking what season 2K best time is. Now you bring up hang on, I'll answer everyone else first. Erwin Brunner, I don't think I've heard your name before on here. Are you a first timer, or have I just been ignoring you every time that you have messaged, in which case I apologise, but also good morning. Welcome to my kids laugh at me with it. They all go, hi there, it's Daddy. Welcome to another breakfast with Daddy and RowAlong. It's a supermoon. It is a very supermoon, you're right. It's actually a supermoon. I came out this morning kind of thinking, that looks like a very new moon, but if it's a super new moon, then it's even better. Right, so season 2 best Kai. So, I don't know whether, I might Like if everyone else wants to type in stuff for what they're projecting for and whatever, please do. But weirdly, I literally said weirdly because you just typed weirdly. Isn't that odd? You type in the lottery numbers, nice. But weirdly for the fact that you said that. No, I think actually I was literally triggered by you saying weirdly. That's just John Edge saying he didn't have DOMs on Saturday. Well done. I didn't really have DOMs, but my backside's still been a little bit weird. So I've been posting about how, hey, Andrew Fielden's just texted me, morning, are you rowing today? I'll get through this story in a second. So basically I've had to pull out High Rocks at the end of Amsterdam because this heel problem that I've got, it just means I've not been able to do any running training at all. And although I could probably limp around the course, by the time I factor in, so there's flights, I'm not going to get the money back, just the way EasyJet deal with changing names or changing flights, it would cost more than the actual original ticket was, so I could buy, that's all right. I mean, it's fine. Hotel would have cost about 400 euros. The entry ticket alone was 180 euros. And then you add on all the kind of like the food and everything else that happens there. So there's no point spending kind of, say, 700 euros, 800 euros to go and just basically just limp around the course. I've never been to Amsterdam before, though. I would have liked to have gone there. Anyway, so yes, I was just talking about how thoughts are going to turn more to rowing. So that's when I'm going to talk a little bit about 2K stuff. So but everyone else, if you want to put in the comments what your projected 2K, like what's your 2K time right now? What's your projected time? Interestingly, I'm about to launch the premium version of the 2K RowAlong plan. But anyway, thanks for the promo, Sanuka. Where are we? Right, I've got 8 minutes to go. Should I be Sarah? I'm going to read the rest of the messages first. Good morning. So Johan Olsen says, good morning. Cold, yes. Snow, a lot. Might do a little cross-country skiing later today. Oh, very nice. And Snooker says, have you never seen snow in his life? Oh, well, because you are sorry, I keep on forgetting what country you are, but you are in the, where are you? You're not in Asia. You're in, is it South Africa? No. Oh, sorry, man. One of these days I'll actually remember these things. Sri Lanka. You're nowhere near even where I thought. Well, actually, well, yeah. India, I was close, really, to... Why did I think you were South Africa? I'm sorry, sir. Oh. Anyway. A little chilly this morning in Kent, says Chris Farrer. Hello. Can't post photo here right now. I don't think you can post photos, to be honest. You could always, if you wanted to... Oh, you can't even comment. You could post on the Facebook group. Right, I'm going to just quickly set up Exa. I've got my machine is connected. Unfortunately, my watch, my Garmin, the battery died overnight. I almost missed the row, to be honest, because I slept in a bit because my watch alarm didn't go off. So I cannot connect my heart rate. There's me. Hang on. Saturday, 3rd of January. Why am I seeing that? Or am I going to have to quit out of... Is this still here for... If I go into... I think I've had this... View more upcoming events. Oh, no. That's that. No, that's my Spotify playlist. You don't want to see that. Where are we? There we go. I might have to quit out of X and back into it again, because I think this is still sitting up after... Exit game. We still broadcasting? Yeah, cool. I didn't do anything stupid there to, to end the broadcast, did I? Yeah, still had it sitting live from Friday night's row, so hopefully it's not an issue. That could be a bit disappointing. I would have stayed in bed otherwise. Yeah, weirdly, I still had my alarm set for 7:45. And I still woke up at 7:45, even though the alarm didn't go off. It's weird how your body... hang on, connect. You should be connected, or connecting. Unless it's because it was connected before, and now it's like, oh, I don't know what's going on. We've got 5 minutes to sort this out. Hang on. Oh, there's a problem having this monitor in front of me. Where's the... No, neither of them. Ah! Oh, nerds. Hang on. Connect. What app are you connected to? It's saying disconnect app, but I don't know who he's connected to. Is it a phone? Is anyone Take Julie to Amsterdam, says Andrew Fielden. Well, I could, but kids, basically, we need to. I don't know what the. I don't know. I mean, you know what? I'll suggest it to her. Let's see. Right, why are you not connecting, you big pig? Try turning you off and on again. Don't know what app. It says connected to apps, so I don't know what app the PM5 is connected to. Here's me being all like, hey, I'm all set up, and now suddenly it's going to be back to me being in a rush again. Andrew, I don't know if you caught me talking about it earlier, but I'm going to do today a really low rate recovery row, like kind of like 15 strokes a minute. I'm just going to use this to get some just movement into my legs. Search again. Come on. I wonder if my iPad has an app running. I want to wait and see if it says anything about connected to app. Oh, there we go. Right. Yeah, so that's my plan today. So I'm just going to do this as a nice easy one. It's so cold. I don't know. I'm assuming it's chilly for you guys as well, but it's so cold here that I'm not even going to take my hoodie off. There we go. We're almost there. 3 minutes to go. Andrew says we'll be doing 10 minutes at 18, then 20, and then a high push. 18, 20, 22, and a high push. Very nice. Your training's on point. So there we go. There's Tobias. Gavin. We also got. Oi. Right. Okay. Where are we? Have you ever seen a regatta, as in like gone to watch one? I've not actually. About -5 in the Essex countryside. And then morning, John. Great row the other day. Beat my own time by 10 minutes. Wow. Cheers for all the videos I've been training with. Oh, fantastic. That's amazing. It's a great result. Right. I've not actually got the row loaded up on YouTube on my iPad to watch. There we go. Right. Okay. So that means that with that up, I can switch exit to full screen on the monitor in front of me. Right. I'm a bit big though, aren't I? It's all that chocolate. Boom. Let's do that. That way you can see my pace. Yeah, let's do that. And then, yeah, so I'm going to go nice and easy. In fact, shall I? Okay, I'll just go strapless as well. How are we doing for time? 2 minutes, okay. My hydration is not on point today, but I'm hoping I'm not going to need it if I'm rowing nice and slow. Hey, Tobias, good morning. Wasn't too sure if you were on YouTube or not. Saw your boat on the water, but I mean, it's still 49 people currently are rowing with us today. Isn't that amazing? That it's like 50, there we go. This is the Sunday, like it's to the end of the holiday season. It's the Sunday where loads of people are going to be going back to work and stuff tomorrow. So you would have thought that loads of people would be in bed because I'm going, oh, I'm not getting up. So I'm actually going to leave my little heater sitting there if that's okay, just because it's so cold. Sorry that you see this white loop in front of you, but yeah, I'm freezing cold too. I need to have a word with Exer about branding, seeing if they can maybe get the RowAlong logo onto something for the RowAlong rows. Because you can see in front on the start gantry, it says British Rowing and Exer, but it would be quite nice if that had RowAlong on it, wouldn't it? I definitely need to lose a couple of Christmas kilos. Yeah, big guy, me too. I'll talk about that in a second as well. Right, okay, so we are going to be going in 45 seconds time. Like I said, I'm just going to do this low intensity the whole way through. I'm just using this as a way to just get moving, just burn a few calories. This is not a performance or particularly a training row, apart from technique. Remember, as we hit 30 seconds to go, that if you are watching me on YouTube, then hello, thank you. But there is a 5-second delay-ish between YouTube and Exer. So if you're rowing on the Exer app as well, please look at the start time on Exer rather than YouTube, because otherwise you'll be 5 seconds late. And you're like, where's everybody gone? Okay. Oh, Felicia's just gone off before us. Okay, 7 seconds to go. 6, 5, oh, my hand is cold. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. So I am not moving. Why am I? No, there we go. Don't know why I didn't count my first stroke there. That's weird. Ooh, am I? So, if you didn't know, I'm not going to assume that you know that Friday night was half marathon night. So I and I think 79 others were on the virtual Exa water on Friday night. Lots of us completed the half marathon. Some of us got some great times, some great ranking. Some of us have now got some good goals because of that ranking. But regardless of how much prep and whatever you put into your rowing, your body still does have some kind of effect from rowing for, like in my case, it was an hour and a half. I think I was 128. And in fact, I was talking during the row about wanting to know how many strokes I took. And because I had my watch running on proper row indoor setting, it said 2,200. That'll be including, well, probably including the cool down and a fair bit of my flapping around for 15 minutes. So say 2,000 strokes. So that's 2,000 leg presses. 2,000 times I braced against the handle. 2,000 times I rocked forwards and backwards over my hips. And so, because, I mean, really the longest session that I'll do will probably be about 45 minutes in training, unless I'm actually trying to train for a proper half marathon performance. I don't really tend to go over 45 minutes. So this is a long way of saying my fingers are a bit tender, as is my backside. I can really spin out a tail, can't I? Could just have said, oh, I'm still a wee bit tender. But no. Hey, I've got half an hour's worth of chat to kill. And I was saying in the, well, let's call it a lobby on YouTube before we started about how I haven't taken a day off from rowing since, what, the 8th of December or something? Because I've been doing the 5K everyday rows, or on Saturdays I've been doing the My Row community rows, and then I've been filming the 12 rows of Christmas as well, which is all very good from a physical point of view, where you have to manage your body and make sure you're not getting too tired, which, I mean, the 12 rows of Christmas, it does undulate. It's not just 12 random rows. It does take you through hard stuff, easy stuff, recovery. But actually, see, when you're rowing every day and you've got camera running and talking to camera every single day, it's quite easy to run out of stuff to talk about. And I don't like, well, sorry, I prefer not to just talk technique. I mean, possibly as we hit the 5-minute mark on today's row, I should start talking technique. So I will in a second, but it's quite easy to just go, well, I could really drill, yeah, like your ex. necklace. Is that Paul Bright? God, get me one of them. Yeah, it's quite easy to say, well, I could easily drill into technique and spend 20 minutes talking about it today. But not that I'd say I've got much of a personality, but I'm kind of hoping one of the reasons that there are 27 people watching this currently on YouTube and that people watch my videos as a whole is because I don't just talk technique and say, come on man, you're amazing. Or come on women, you're amazing. Let's not be sexist. Laura Griffiths, good morning. So, right. All that said, let's maybe spend 3 or 4 minutes just talking technique. Because especially if I actually slow it down properly to 15 strokes, I've been hovering about 16 or 17. But if I go down, this is quite nice actually, look at us all in a wee group. So at this stroke rate, so I'm down at 15 or 16 right now. There we go. And if you're watching on YouTube, you'll see that even though my rate is low, I'm still moving the whole time. I'm not, because obviously this is one stroke every 4 seconds. And you're like, well, hang on, that's 1 second drive. How do I spend 3 seconds recovering? And it's by just going deliberately and slowly through the recovery sequence. It's not about holding the handle into your chest for 2 seconds to take up that time. So basically, handle touches my chest and then instantly comes away. And then I have the time to let that trigger my sitting up and then tilting forwards over my hips. So I've got oodles of time to get into this position, bash, before I bend my knees. Now, ideally, I don't want there to be a kink between hitting that forwards tilt, arms straight position and the knee bend. And that momentum of arms away, forwards tilt, then easily blends into the knee bend, arms, tilt, knees. It's a blend. It's not a hard arms, bend, knees. In the same way that the drive isn't like legs, body, arms. It's all about overlapping. That's the word I was looking for. Overlapping. And then you have your arms in straight position. You have your back in that tilt. You're locked in place so that all you do is bend your knees to roll into the front of the machine. You shouldn't, once you've got your arms straight and that back rock, there shouldn't be any
movement to your arms or back. You're just sliding into the front until shins are vertical, with your hands at neutral height. Sorry, fluffed my lines there. And then once you hit shins vertical, push your feet into the machine. Try to waste as little time as possible while at the front of the machine. You want to turn it around nice and quick. Not only because hanging around at the front wastes time, causes tension to your muscles that you don't need. And that's one of the reasons why you don't want to go past shins vertical, because that squeezing of your muscles, that overcompression, just tires out your muscles. But also, because of the compression into the front and the fact that your backside is on rollers on the seat, that spring forwards can have a tendency to send your backside away from you before you push your feet into the machine. So try and come forwards, and then the minute or the very moment you hit shins vertical, push. But keep arms straight. Keep your forwards tilt. It's really easy to think about that turnaround at the front being about sending yourself to the back. And that's when people will either swing really soon in an effort to get to the back, or they will lift the handle up and pull too soon. Don't do either of them, especially the handle thing. That's the jolt I just felt right down in the tennis elbow area was telling me, please don't do that again. Then when your legs are about halfway through the leg drive, that's when you finally swing your back from that forwards tilt to a backwards tilt, and then pretty much, here, look at the Yeti, dancing Yeti. As you start that backswing, that's when you pull your arms. And one thing to look at is your elbows. All right there, Mike, crossing in front of me. You want to see your arms straight for pretty much all of the stroke. I only see my elbow bend kind of out of my, like when I'm looking straight forwards. It's out of my peripheral vision as I come into the finish. Here, that's when I finally see those elbows bend. So nice and straight, pull the handle in to sternum height. And again, look at that, take a look. This is one of those times when you can pause just for 1 or 2 strokes. Look at where the handle is touching your chest. Look at your wrists. Are your wrists flat as you pull in? And then once you've taken a look, address that, get back into the full flow of your stroke. FIFA 05. FIFA 95 was a great game on the Sega. Stopped playing it after that. Oh, shark. Right, will that do for technique? Main thing I'd say is, if you did do a pause at the back to check your handle finish, making sure it's not up in your throat, but also not dumped down in your lap. Sternum height. Once you've checked where your position is and then adjusted, go back to this fluid, always moving. Your handle should be pretty much, apart from the direction changes, which obviously you're going to have a fraction of a second where it stopped, but your handle should always be moving. Ooh. Seems as much as I was saying I was going to go super easy, I am not sprinting. Low rate. I kind of hung around at 17 for most of this, even when I said I'd try and hold 15 for a while. I've kind of been at 17. It's because I'm not focusing on the clock. Because the big trick for stroke rate is to find a way to reference it on your monitor. So like 20 strokes a minute is 1 stroke every 3 seconds. So you can just count down the monitor in threes. 24 is 2.5 seconds, 30 is 2, 15 is 4, and even like 18, I'll take a stroke on the 0, like 18:10, then, oh, I literally just took one on 18:10. That was freaky. Then the next one I'll do just as it crosses the 3, so like it'll be 3.3, and then the next one just before it hits 7, so 6.6, and then back to the 0 again. And that's how I can just drill into 18 strokes a minute. So find a way, but your body positions and your rhythm are really what helps you here. Whew. So I was talking in the lobby about 2K plans. Sanuka had asked what projected 2K time for the season would be. And that is a very good question for me, because I need to work out, what are you going to do with your life or my year? So I have kind of, well, I think since I had my knife sharpening accident in 2018, I've been hiding from 2Ks. I did a couple of 1,000-meter races, a couple of 500s, but I've not rowed. No, I think Possibly I did Wales that year. I did the Welsh Championships in 2018. I think it was 2018. I don't think it was 19. So that's the last time I did a proper 2K. And part of the reason I was like, oh, because I got bronze, lost to people that I'd never lost to before. Didn't like that. And so then as we hit COVID and lockdown, and I was just concentrating on rehab for my hand and my body, still from the hand injury, not from COVID. And then Hyrox came along in 21, and I've kind of been focusing most of my training around Hyrox. Even my rowing training has been about how to row a 1K with the right balance of speed and efficiency, rather than it being just about speed. But with this heel injury I seem to have picked up, maybe, like Rick on the Facebook group suggested, it's Hyrox related, and maybe my time is up, having had to cancel Amsterdam. I'll definitely put in all the training I can for Glasgow in March, but if this issue persists, I'm probably going to have to step away from running, or run away from running, or limp away from running. In which case, that puts rowing firmly back on the table again, aiming for maybe Brick in December, which then means a return to 2K training. And that becomes a mindset thing, because yes, there's a lot of 30 minutes, 20 strokes a minute foundation building, but there's also a lot of tough tempo rows and tough top high intensity stuff, as well as, you know, the whole 2K thing. Like rowing one before you start the plan in order to get a baseline. So I think what I might do is spend like the time between now and the Glasgow Hyrox kind of dipping my toe into the 2K stuff by starting easy, maybe rate capping a 20 strokes a minute piece, then taking it up to 22, 24, and then starting to kind of nibble away at the times I'm getting, because I know I am not a sub-7 guy right now, even though in my head I'm convinced I am. I think I'm probably run about 7:10 because I haven't been doing 2K stuff. So, in answer to your question then, if my current one is around about 7:10, I would hope by the British Champs in December, I'd be able to get to 6:55 maybe. as a conservative guess, and then 650 as a goal. So basically 655 is my target, 650 is my goal. So let's see. Lots of training until then, but hopefully lots of video creation too. And I've definitely got the next few weeks to just make more videos. Not just, I mean, I'm pushing the main YouTube channel thing as much as I can. You might have seen more videos coming up, seen I'm posting more shorts about technique and stuff. So it's just as a way to try to grow the channel a little bit. I kind of left it a little bit loose for most of last year. So I want to see if I spend a few weeks really trying to punt the content, does that drive more people to the channel, or have I hit saturation from my niche? Maybe people do want platitudes and stuff. I was talking to someone on Hog Renee New Year's Eve about his Peloton bike, and he was saying, because I was saying about my approach to this and how, yes, I will talk technique and motivation, but then I'll tell stories like the 2K thing, which I hope you then reflect on that through your own eyes in terms of your goals coming up this year. So it's not just about me telling you about me. Crikey, if that was it, I'd stop now. The point is that apart from possibly the Dead Mouse, Van Halen, spaghetti stuff, most of what I talk about, I want you to see yourself in it. Like saying about how I've been scared of 2Ks. Ask yourself, are you putting in what you need to for whatever your goal is? Doesn't have to be a 2K. Your goal might just be losing weight, but maybe you've got that goal, but at the same time, you can't keep your hand out the cookie jar. There's not much point in that. Have your goal, set the parameters, the constraints that you need, and stick to them. Even if that's at the end of every month, you will allow yourself to ease off and have a couple of biscuits or whatever, so you don't feel like it's too much hard work. That's possibly okay, as long as it doesn't totally derail you. I mean, that's what I do. So I'm gonna weigh myself tomorrow. I know I was 79.5 coming into Christmas. I'd definitely be in the 80s. I'm gonna guess about 81.5. And then I'll keep on tracking as I go through January, see what happens with a much more healthier diet and exercise. Ugh, all done. But yeah, so part of I think I actually spoke about this yesterday in the 22-minute row, is that it's a combination of backing off after a few months heavy training for high rocks, then the heel injury, and then Christmas. Basically, I kind of thought, you know what, it's not like I'm actually training to be an Olympian or whatever, and it's not like like back in the days when I was getting golds in 2Ks and whatever, then Christmas would have been a very light affair. But right now I'm like, you know what am I doing this for? I need to enjoy myself as well in life. I can't just sit here and refuse to go to Nando's with the family because, oh, that might be an extra couple of calories, and oh, no. And that's kind of where I am right now, is I'm trying to find that balance between mental enjoyment, health of life, and fitness and performance and stuff. But that might change. It might be that as I grab the horns of trying to get back in, losing weight and trying to get back into proper shape, maybe looking for like a summer beach body and whatever, maybe I'll just tighten everything up. We're looking at Italy this year. If anyone has any advice on, I think we're looking at Rome, Venice and Lake Garda as our kind of 3 things. Then maybe Julie wants to do Verona and is it Marona? I can't remember. Can't remember what it is. Anyway, yeah, we did want to do Naples and do Pompeii and stuff, but it's too far down, so that was our plan. So if anybody has any like tourist advice for Italy, places like to stay and whatever, get in touch. info@rowalong.com. Thank you. Anyway, let's take a look at what messages are on there. So I appreciate you all sticking with me today, by the way. I know I was a little bit low key because I was rowing slower and just kind of chatting. So got to look at this. Jamie Ian's just gone flying by. Well, people, it's amazing all these people that are still, or maybe you weren't part of the row today. Maybe you were just like rowing as well, but I remember passing you because you're a Mohican. Sorry, John, I've had to bail out, so I'm back very unhappy with that. That's okay. I hope you're just go rest, massage, bath, whatever you need in order to sort yourself out. It's possibly a bit too much after the half marathon on Friday anyway, so just take care of yourself. Get Out Fitness, that's another name I've not heard of, I don't think, on here. Thanks for the row. This cold weather is crazy for trying to regulate body warmth now off to an air-conditioned gym. Okay, okay. I mean, listen, I did all of that in my joggies and a hoodie. I mean, I am sweating underneath it, but I'm having this. In fact, I can actually probably turn the heater off finally. So, do that. There we go. Yeah, so it's cold in here today. John Edge, I went to the doctor because I was putting on weight. Oh, was diagnosed with an overactive knife and fork. Hey, thanks everybody. Come here. I'm here every Saturday night. Try the fish. What's my? I don't have a bad joke coming up, but very, very funny. Yeah. That's the thing. Is I was talking about this on Friday night's row, in that through that half marathon row, I burnt, according to my watch and everything else, it's saying run about 1,300 calories. So even if you kind of offset that and kind of go on the really low end, you can say 1,000 calories for rowing for an hour and a half. But yeah, look at it how you want. However, are the massage guns worth it? Well, yes, as a kind of a relief thing. I think if it will kind of, it'll basically massage you and give you a little bit of relief. So yes, from that point of view. Tell you what, send me a message. I'll chat to you in the messenger thing. Basically, but yeah, yes-ish. They won't. If you've got like an underlying problem, like say you've sprained your ankle or you've actually torn a muscle and stuff, then, but if you've got a little bit of cramp or like tightness in your muscles, that's kind of like everything's kind of seized up on you, then they can give you some relief. Anyway, but yeah, message me. What was I talking about? Yeah, calories. So it's only like rowing for an hour and a half, and that's 1,300 calories. I then went in and had, what did I have? I had like a lovely chicken katsu wraps. Which I think by the time I'd had 3 of them, that was about 800 calories. And also because it was just like celebration for all that stuff, I also had a can of beer, which would have been like 300 calories. So bang, that's all of the calories I just burnt on the rowing machine, gone back in because of like kind of poor food choices. So is more important to keep the fridge door closed than it is to open the gym door sometimes. So there we go. Good low stroke rate row. If it's okay, I'll post a snow pic on the Facebook channel. Of course. I mean, I actively encourage anyone to, especially if you can, just show me your views and whatever. I think it's the Facebook group, the RowAlong Facebook group is a community.
where I want people to share their stuff. Their kind of, this is my view when I'm rowing. This is where I live. Wow, so we can become a community. The stuff that I kind of try and protect against on the Facebook group, the RowAlong Facebook group, is when people are either just posting like political stuff. You'll hopefully notice I stay away from politics whenever I'm talking, and I try and do that on the Facebook group as well. And if people are selling stuff, like here. Buy my car, like obviously that's a no. Even down to kind of like selling like their rowing machine and stuff, I kind of, because you get into a dodgy area when it's that, because you don't know if someone's going to get ripped off. And then obviously RowAlong is a thing. I try and do this. So when people post about like other guys that do what I'm doing, or like say, hey, try this app. I mean, I don't understand why anyone. Maybe I'm being a bit full of myself here, but I give all of this stuff away for free on YouTube, right? All of these training plans, all of these rows, all of this technique advice. I even look at your technique for free, rather than like you can do like a out on the water this year. Is that this year possibly? Ooh, from Andrew. What was he saying? All right. He's distracted me with his photos now. So. What was it saying? Yeah. So I give us. So I don't understand why somebody would pay for a faceless app. I get it. Absolutely pay for a coach, right? If you want to get better at rowing, find a coach that you resonate with, that can be with you. Because the problem with me is I can't be with you, and even virtual stuff doesn't really work that well. Find a rowing coach that can be with you, and they will coach you through stuff. But that is absolutely something to do if you want to improve. I'm not saying that, but to pay for like a completely faceless app. I don't understand. I just don't quite understand why. When you do have even like Austin and Shane and whatever, we all post content up here for free. Anyway, that's a rant. Right, hang on. I'm going to move on to something else. Andrew's sending me a photo. Oh, that's pretty. You won't be able to see it, but that's lovely. Wow. Or is that old boats up at the side? Sorry, this is not. Man looks at picture on phone. I can do that, but you're not going to see anything because. But yeah, that's very nice. Right, okay. Johan posted very cold emojis. Tobias, right, like, I'm going to get through the rest of these and then we'll all say goodbye, all right? So I know, try not to go on rants. Good low streak rope Ray. Okay, another one. Did Exa load the half on Friday as a half marathon concept? Oh, sorry. Did Exa load the half on Friday as a half marathon on concept 2 logbook? I wrote on erg data while watching on YouTube. No, is the short answer to that. So whatever meters you rode on Exa is what it entered, because I was messaging Gavin about this yesterday. But it will, if you can remember the time you crossed the line in, then you can go on and do a manual entry on the Concept 2 logbook. Just type in 21097 and the time that you did it in. It won't be verified, but again, unless you are like top 10, does it really matter? Or unless you're fighting, tussling with some other people, maybe they'd want to see it being verified. So if you want to post a half marathon, this is what I'm going to do, because I'm just going to do a manual one, and then I'll come back and I'll do I'll plug in 21097 and do a proper one. I'm also going to speak to the Exa guys, because it is a little bit disappointing that you get that far and it doesn't like cut you off at that point and then upload it. Right, Chris says, thanks for the road, John. Only one row left before I go traveling. Oh, wow. To Malaysia and Thailand for 7 weeks. Oh, looking forward to enjoying the warmer weather. Yeah, me too. Tobias says, thanks a lot, John. Did the half marathon Friday morning as I was not able to participate in your session, which was really a great thing. Half marathons are great. See, once you break that kind of hour 10 point, I'd say, and you know you've only got 20 minutes worth of rowing left or whatever it is, I think half marathons, it's just, you kind of hit the wilderness, or I do, between 50 and 110. Oh, good, so you did post the photo. All right, we're done. Okay, in fact, hang on, I think I went Bing again. What was I saying? Andrew again. The farthest lake from the sea. Oh, doing corner skate rowing. Oh, wow. All right, and then Gavin says hello. All right, I'm done. So again, man checks his messages. I should really stop doing that. I should really get everyone in line and stop messaging me while I'm being a professional television person. I need to tighten up. I've got I'm hopefully going to start making the Myro stuff, those videos soon. But it is a slightly different world where they do like things to be said in a certain way. And if you know anything about me, I'm a little bit random. So I'm going to have to put on my big boy pants and pretend to be a professional for a while. But I'm really looking forward to making stuff for them. And if you don't, I need to make, I think this week I'm going to try and make the proper review of the Myro system. It's because I think there's two things. I think the MyRow system is something that people really should look at if you're interested in rowing, and the Avaron app I'm going to make, so the 5Ks a day, every day, 5K every day things that I'm doing, I'm going to make a couple of them all using the Avaron app because for like iPad or iOS, because it really is amazing, and I'm really surprised that more people don't know about it. So I'm going to so those are the two things I think at least look into. It could well be a price thing, right? One last comment from Gavin. From Gavin? I'm just writing new name for you, big guy. That's a good point. With Exer and set distances, would be nice if they sorted that to make it easier and more accurate, especially as you can get Exer to log into ErgZone. Does Exer log into ErgZone? Really? Is there a connection? That's interesting. Right. I'm done because I can now see the steam coming off me, so I'm getting colder and colder, and there seems to be a fish circling underneath my boat, and I'm worried that he's about to eat me, and I'm alone here in a tunnel. I didn't even make it out the tunnel. So everybody have a fantastic day. Remember, have a shower, have something to eat, have something to drink. Have an amazing week coming up. If you're starting back at work after the holidays, then just remember, be nice as everyone's like, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. And kind of get back into it. Hope you didn't have too much of a workload left for you to get back into when you get to work. And of course, I've started to end everything. Please find someone, something that that it means something to. Your telly, maybe your dog, your wife, your cat, whatever. But something that means something to you. I'm just going to say, I love you. I'm just going to go, I love you, because I think it's really important that it's three small words. I think I love you, please, and thank you are some of the most undervalued our data. Well, there we go. The most undervalued phrases. So there we go. I'm done. I'm off. I've got a Tesco shop coming in 20 minutes. So that's it. See, we're back to it already. Tesco shop's coming at 10 o'clock. So they're back into the same routine. But yeah, have an amazing week, everybody, coming up. And I will see you, if not in one of my videos that I have up on the main RowAlong channel. Remember, this is RowAlong Live. Head to the RowAlong channel for all my other workouts. I'm not too sure whether I've made a mistake doing this, because I definitely get a lot less views on these live rows, posting them to a completely separate channel. But hey, yeah, if it's not one of them, I will see you next Sunday, which will be the 5 o'clock. So it'll be the sunset row rather than a sunrise row. And I will see you all then. Have a great week. I've said that already, so it's time for me to go. So row well, be well.